Well, those lingering questions are explored and answered in journalist Gerald Posner's book, Case Closed. It's being re-released to mark the 60th anniversary and includes an updated epilogue. And Gerald joins us now. First, thank you so much for being here. We'll dive right in. I'm curious, what aspects of this event are you thinking about today on this anniversary?
Well, Kelly, I'm one of those people who still has a memory of being alive when Kennedy was killed. So even though I was in fourth grade at a Catholic grammar school in San Francisco, Kennedy, the first Catholic president, to the nuns who taught there and that he was a hero, and to the Catholic families, that day was the first day I ever saw nuns or my parents or anybody else cry. And so those days, I think for those of us who are children, they're still embedded in our memory. And I think that one of the things on this day is not just who killed Kennedy, which is a question we ask all the time, but to remember the personal tragedy of the Kennedy family, and also how it ruptured the country, how going forward we ended up in Vietnam and Watergate and all the craziness of the late 1960s. It seemed as though this was a much more innocent error, and an assassin's bullet ended it on that day in Dallas.
So you wrote this book in 1993. You conclude that Oswald killed Kennedy on his own. For those who haven't read it, can you share what your basis is for that theory?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that I came to that conclusion, because I used to think before I started doing the reporting on the book that it was the mafia, because Jack Ruby had killed Oswald 2 days after Oswald was arrested. So you get the accused assassin killed by somebody who looks like he's out of central casting for a mafia movie. And of course, you happen to think mafia if you're an investigative journalist. Once you get into it, the overwhelming, credible ballistics evidence, the evidence from the autopsy of the president, the photos and the x-rays, they established that the only shooter in Dealey Plaza that day fired from behind the president in the area where Oswald was last left by 3 of his co-workers half an hour before the assassination. The gun that fired the shots is Oswald's gun, to the exclusion of any other in the world. He brought it in that morning disguised as curtain rods, wrapped in a brown paper bag. And after the assassination, Oswald flees. He gets a gun from his rooming house, and then he's stopped by a Dallas policeman who he shoots in front of a dozen people on the way to try to flee. So the real hard question is, was he doing it for himself, or was he doing it as part of a conspiracy? And that's always the part that takes the most investigation. I find no evidence that he was doing it for the mob or the CIA or for the Russians or the Cubans. He beat all of them to Kennedy. There were plenty of people that wanted Kennedy dead. There's just no credible evidence that Oswald was working for one of those groups.
Well, it's certainly fascinating. I'm curious what you make of the other theories swirling all of these years later. Is there one that sticks out to you?
I mean, the one that is the closest, that would give you the most difficulty if you were looking at the case as an investigator, was Oswald prompted to do it by the Cubans, by Castro, because he had visited the Cuban embassy in Mexico City just 7 weeks before the assassination. Castro knew that John Kennedy and Robert Kennedy were trying to kill him with the CIA and the mafia. And the question was whether Castro struck out first and was able to get Oswald and somehow encourage Oswald to do the assassination. That's the toughest one to deal with. But I must tell you, if you go on the internet today, you'll see old theories that have long since been debunked about shooters from the front, from the grassy knoll, shooters from the sewer, 9 assassins in Dealey Plaza, the fact that Oswald was working for the CIA and it was a secret spy. They get regurgitated all the time. And somehow, no matter how many times, it's like a whack-a-mole game. You knock them down with evidence or credible evidence. They just regurgitate in a new video, or somebody else puts them up on a podcast that goes viral.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.